Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Cancer, June 5, 2022. Today's transits are good for stretching your imagination and participating in activities that feed your mind and your spirit. As well, Mercury moves into your solar 6th house, increasing your interest in and attention to details, work, health, and problem solving in the weeks ahead. Small jobs and duties are in stronger focus during this transit that will continue until March 27th. You're likely to discover useful information about work and health methods and learn new and improved ways of organizing your life. Specialized disciplines can thrive now. Favored now are activities that get your life and your mind tidy and organized. Watch for a tendency to overanalyze and criticize during this cycle. The moon enters curious Gemini today, activating your exotic 9th house of adventure, expansion, and unknown territory, which means you're likely looking over the horizon with the desire to experiment, discover, and venture into the unknown. Catching feelings for someone who's at a distance from you? The moon will simultaneously sextile the wounded healer, Chiron, via your committed 7th house of agreements, compromise, and significant others, so in addition to the opportunity to learn something new and step outside of your comfort zone, this new journey could also bring a significant amount of healing in the process. Don't question the how and focus on the what. Over the last few weeks, mental Mercury in Aquarius had given you a unique perspective of your job. You may have been wondering about which atypical ideas or unconventional processes were worth pursuing. So, it could be time to act on that imagination. Today, Mercury leaves Aquarius for Pisces, drawing attention to your everyday professional operations. Mercury is idealistic in hopeful Pisces, encouraging you to consider a more mystical approach with your to-do list. Use this transit to put a fun, creative spin on your obligations to brighten up your work life. As well as leaving you with your financial instincts and imagination fueled, the moon's monthly visit to your financial sector that ended yesterday has given you a sense that things were starting to move, but also of improving conditions ahead. As always, with your subconscious able to download information faster than you can process it at the time, continue to trust your gut without overthinking things. Relations and friends are having a hard time with you and vice versa. Put an end to this mutual feeling of frustration. Be honest with yourself and consider compromising on some points. Talking to people to clear things up is also a big help. Regard today's negative atmosphere as an opportunity to resolve conflicts permanently. It's like you're the belle of the ball right now, what with all the attention focused on you. Live it up and flirt with all the right people, but don't let it go to your head. Whatever you try to achieve is criticized and unlikely to be accepted in a very favorable way, especially if you feel undue pressure to perform any kind of activity. It is far better to delay important activities or decisions until you feel positive about the outcome. Use your sense of humor to relieve any tension. When it comes to discipline, you sometimes react as though the guillotine had been drawn. The resistance to discipline can be quite strong. For instance, if you begin to think of all the things you could be doing to live a healthier life, you could easily scare yourself. Try noticing what you already do that is working for you, then try to figure out what you really enjoy and what feels like a chore. Perhaps you can adjust and put more in of the former and reduce the latter. See how it goes. You'll find it much easier to know when to call it quits on this day. This can really help when it comes to wrapping up work projects, getting things finished at home, or with relationships you are having trouble with in your life. Make yourself a list of everything you want to be done with. Then take the necessary steps to bring closure to as many of them as you can. This will clear the slate for you to start anew. There has been a lot of change over the last few weeks, and in between Mercury's direct turn yesterday and Saturn's retrograde turn tomorrow, this is still happening. This makes the moon's return to a fun, playful, romantic and creatively charged part of your chart today a chance to stay in the moment but also get a better sense of some of the most exciting changes. This first visit since Mars and Jupiter's return to Aries will see the moon connect with both today, amplifying the impact of these playful and creative lunar vibes. The moon's return to your romantic sector today means that it will be here for the majority of the weekend, and as the first visit since Venus, the planet of love, left Aries, the timing couldn't be better. This is a chance to start putting the desires and expectations that Venus left you with into practice, while a friendly aspect to Mars will add some passion to the mix. Our eyes in the sky. Although the sun is soaking up smart, airy Gemini vibes today and infusing your mind with logical ideas, there are three planetary bodies, ethereal Neptune and asteroids Juno and Vesta, in emotional water sign Pisces, revealing your subconscious visions. This elemental blend has your mind moving in one direction and your feelings in another, which can be pretty confusing during those important decision-making moments. But put those doubts and fears aside because, as always, the universe has your back. The confidence you get from the Gemini sun's perceptive energy reminds you that you have the thinking capacity to put all the details together when it matters most. And then when it's time to dream and take advantage of those imaginative, what if, or aha moments, those subconscious Pisces influences float in and surround you with intuitive guidance. So, lucky us. Today's planetary forces are at work in both the left and right sides of our brains and helping us cover all the bases. Make sure that you pay close attention to your health, which is all part of the process. Checking in with loved ones and keeping a gratitude list can help you see that you're progressing exponentially every day. Believing in positive notions can guide you through the energy if you're willing to let go of the past and move toward a more meaningful way of life, which is very possible today. In the morning, the Leo moon forms a square with Chiron in Aries, prompting anxiety. A difficulty expressing our emotional needs generates conflict on an inner, psychological level. No matter how we seek to right the ship, our efforts fall short, causing us to feel inept and angry. On the surface, it may seem like we are facing a straightforward dilemma, yet challenging incidents, events, or interactions are really intended to serve as catalysts for deeper reflection and reconciliation of past wounds. It is now time to take responsibility for our feelings and to stand up for ourselves. With any luck, we can do this without taking our frustrations out on those who may simply be in our line of fire at the wrong time. Aim to be as intentional as possible in your words and deeds to unravel insecurities without creating collateral damage. Following this, the moon forms a sextile with Uranus in Taurus, harmonizing our intuition and instincts. Flashes of insight occur to steer us towards new and exciting possibilities. We might meet someone in the course of the day who turns out to be a lucky connection. It is also possible that this signature will manifest in the form of an auspicious attitude adjustment. We understand how our emotions can be harnessed to work for us, giving us more bandwidth to deal with the unexpected. In this way, we consciously approach new experiences, rather than reacting improperly to unconscious triggers.